So Trump has won, and obviously some countries are happy by this and some countries aren't, because one leader cannot make everyone happy, right? So should India be happy regarding Trump's win? The short answer is yes, and you can validate this by looking at Narendra Modi's tweet on Trump's win. He's calling Trump as my friend. But is Trump really gonna be a friend of India? Today we'll be discussing few of the agendas on which Trump actually won the US elections 2024. We'll be specifically discussing those agendas which will directly or indirectly affect the Indians. So please watch this video till the end and make sure you have subscribed my YouTube channel, and if you enjoy this video, please give it a like as well. Well, the last 4 years were actually difficult for the world, and I myself remember that I was wishing Joe Biden to win the elections of 2020, and basically it was the environment where Joe Biden also won the debate of pre-elections against Trump. Now in this 4 years, the world has changed rapidly. Russia was provoked to wage a war against Ukraine because of the NATO expansion. Ukraine was very eager to join the NATO, and Russia didn't wanted this to happen. Because it would be a case for Russia that, imagine you have a neighbor who is a goon, and every time you have some conflict, that goon calls 10 other goons to fight against you. That would be the case. In the first term itself, we saw that Donald Trump was not too happy about NATO. The reason was all the member countries were supposed to invest or spend at least 2% of their GDP in the defense, in the country defense. However, few European countries were not doing so. And so it was the US. The US had to take responsibility of these countries in the worst case, which Trump didn't want it to do, because it's not beneficial for the US economy. So Trump is not gonna get rid of NATO, but he won't guarantee the security of the NATO allies. That's what the tweets are saying. And Trump is gonna try to end the Russia-Ukraine war. We saw in the last term as well that Trump had more focus on China, and Trump is gonna have more focus on the US economy. And the end of Russia-Ukraine war does mean that North Korea will also become silent. It was because of Putin's support that North Korea was doing war pranks with South Korea. In return, Putin was getting soldiers from North Korea. So all of that is gonna stop, or at least reduce the pace of the Korean war building. When it comes to Iran, Trump was already against Iran, and in his first term as well, he actually sanctioned Iran. So currently Iran is gonna stay in the list of sad countries due to Trump's win, and Israel is gonna get a free hand to end the Israel-Hamas war in their style. When it comes to China, Trump has always focused more on China. The reason is the trade deficit between US and China. We have talked more about this in my previous video. You can watch the video through this I button. So China is going to face extremely high tariffs to sell products in US. The Chinese items will be more costly in the US, and hence the US people will actually try to find an alternative. And in this case, India and few other countries will get a room to compete against China in the US markets. Trump's focus on China is not about Taiwan. Taiwan is actually more scared because Trump will care less about its security liabilities and promises. Even a small conflict, directly or indirectly, against China will be very costly for US. So the urgency of India becoming a global semiconductor manufacturer will increase, and in the next 4 years, you will see more momentum regarding manufacturing semiconductors in India. Both China and India is gonna have bright future ahead, but China's way is gonna be more of hurdles, whereas India is gonna behave like water. Whenever there will come a gap due to the differences between China and the West, India will try to fit itself in. When it comes to direct impact on India, India will have some issues with US. Trump will ask India to be fair when it comes to trade. High tariffs on US companies has always protected Indian companies to sell in India. However, Trump will try to stop it and ask for US companies to get easy access in Indian markets and let the people decide what they want to go with. So the US companies will be able to compete better in Indian market, and now it will be our responsibility to consider Indian products first. Due to the luxury that Indian companies enjoyed will be taken away, the Indian companies will have to focus more on the feedback of the Indian users, Indian consumers, and they will get a room to become better. Tesla might enter the Indian market in the next 4 years because Trump will be advocating for that. Elon Musk is one visionary person who did the best thing by purchasing Twitter and rebranding it to X. So Trump got a platform where he can speak without getting limited on his reach by the platform. Elon Musk has heavily supported Trump, so he is gonna be at advantage. One of his reasons to support Trump was he wanted restriction on illegal immigrants in the US. Elon wants a Department of Government Efficiency to be set up in US, and Elon wants to lead it. This will help him regulate and make quick decisions on a lot of things. And I'll be creating a separate video for this itself in the future. Quad is gonna get stronger, and even Donald Trump is gonna come as a US president in 2025 for Quad Summit in India. And China is gonna get upset over Quad developments. However, the BRICS as a group will not stop, and we are also discussing about the BRICS currency. So there will be a position where Trump is angry about BRICS, China is angry about Quad, and India is trying to maintain its position in the middle. So ultimately, China will suffer a lot through this. Not directly, but through maybe tariffs. Trump will also strictly take actions against those who are trying to do de-dollarization, and India is included in those. It is expected that Bangladesh conditions will either improve or worsen a lot, because Mohammad Yunus, the current advisor of Bangladesh, has been against Trump and has been in favor of Democrats a lot. There is a high chance that Bangladesh might quickly get fair elections and people will decide to vote who will be leading them. Trump actually made Hindus happy by tweeting regarding Bangladeshi Hindus and the violence against them before the elections. The US is gonna try to keep distance with Pakistan because Pakistan is actually a liability for them. Too much loan, military rule, corruptions, and so many issues. However, the military itself is an advantage for the US because it's easy to control Pakistan as well. And there are less chances that Imran Khan will come out of jail because there is no indications as such. However, even if this happens, it won't benefit much to the country. Imran Khan has been beneficial for India, but Pakistan has remained a failed state under his regime. However, he would be able to better challenge the current government and the military. Other than this, it will become difficult for Indian companies to sell anything in US because the tariffs will be high. However, this is true for almost all of the countries. The common people of US are gonna be happy in the next 4 years because Trump has promised a lot about reducing the taxes. He has also said that he will reduce taxes for huge companies and he will get those taxes from the foreign companies. However, if foreign goods will become expensive, then it will create a balancing impact. As well as the US companies will get chance to sell their products in US itself with less competition. There are other issues like abortion ban in Trump's regime. However, Trump was actually softer regarding this during his election campaign. But ideologically, Republicans were always against abortion. The Republicans are also against LGBTQ programs, and Trump will try to stop those which are focused on children's. So the verdict is Trump will be beneficial for India, but as we remain in between the West and the new axis, when it comes to the benefits, will also remain in the center only. We are not gonna benefit much, but we are not at a loss. It will be more easy to deal with a Trump-based US government rather than a Harris-based US government. Now, if you want to understand more about the Trump's impact in the next 4 years, you can search for Agenda 47. That is a manifesto of Donald Trump on basis of which he actually won the US elections. I will also attach some documents in the description. Make sure you subscribe this YouTube channel and give this video a like as well. Thank you so much.